Good evening, everybody. Welcome to day number 9 today. We're going to talk about prosperity for ninth prosperity today. And like I've been doing it every day, we are talking about the 16 prosperities. And every time I do the 16 prosperities, I basically cover a few things. I cover on what is this prosperity all about. I cover on how do we achieve this prosperity, and then of course I cover about why is it considered as a prosperity and why is it important for us. Yeah, today is, I think, it's one of the easiest one for me out of the 16, because today's one is prosperity number 9, which is material comfort. Material comfort is what every human being that is seeking for. Majority of the human being, 99.99%, I think, are seeking for material comfort. So this is the easiest, I think, for today. And this is the era. This is where this lifetime that you remember, all of us remember, is that everybody is actually doing this. Everybody is actually either doing business or they're working, and whatever they're doing is actually to get material comfort. I think that's what it is. I think from the time of Adam and Eve, I think when they needed to get a roof over the shoulder, over the head, roof over the head, and take care of them, it's always, I think, the material comfort has come in. Like, for example, if you, rather than sleeping out in the open, even the cavemen, rather than sleeping them in open, they sleep in a cave, or they go and look for a comfortable place to sleep. That's where material comfort have started. Okay. Anyway, like normal, I'll talk about what and how do you do it, and why do you do it. Let's talk about that. Okay, material comfort basically are things that brings pleasure, happiness, status, security, and comfort. So that's what we're talking about, material comfort. Okay, because yesterday I spoke about gold. Tomorrow I'm going to speak about land as per the 16 prosperities. But today, when you talk about material comfort, we're talking about money, car, house, any other material comfort, anything else that enriches you, makes your life a better life. So material comfort here is something material that makes you feel happier being alive and happier to live in this world. So that's what material comfort is all about. So it could be anything. It could be jewelry which makes you happy. It could be air conditions where you make your air filter system, you make you happy, or things that whatever you want to buy, even gadgets, your handphone that makes you happy is material comfort. To be able to have the earphones, or that what do you call it, the AirPods, or anything that makes you happy and is material in nature is called material comfort. So how do you acquire material comfort? Obviously, you have money, you work hard, you do business, you make money, and you buy material comfort. Definitely, buying is how you acquire material comfort. Okay, I'm not here to talk about what kind of material comfort. I'll talk to you a little bit about material comfort, but I think it is important for you to understand when you talk about how do you acquire it. I think the one thing you must be in your mind is when you do acquire material comfort, whether car, house, whatever, you must think about long-term happiness, not short-term. Because if you buy a car and you take a loan, you can't pay for the loan, then you will have the car, but then you won't have happiness. If you buy a house because you wanted to have a big house and then you can't pay for the house, or you can't pay for the electricity, or can't have a maid, and you have to clean the house, and it takes a long time to mop the house and clean the house, and you and your husband, you and your wife fight every day because this takes too much to clean and maintain the house, then what you can't call it material comfort, because you're not going to be happy. So very important for you to understand is material comfort are things that will make you happy. So if you do buy anything material, you need to make sure that you are looking at it for long-term happiness, not just short-term. So when you buy material comfort, I think proper financial planning is very important. That means what you buy, when you buy, how much you buy it for, how much you need, very important. So improper financial planning can actually bring you disaster. So in the pursuit of material comfort, if you are not careful with your financial planning, I think you would have a lot of issues. So for example, if you buy things, through credit card or a personal loan, a lot of people, they take a personal loan and they buy this and buy that, and that's very dangerous, because when you take a personal loan, it's fine. I mean, you take a loan, that's fine with me. But if you don't pay on time, and if you can't pay and you have to pay interest, so suddenly if there's any issues with the payment part, there's a problem. Even credit card for the matter. I mean, it's so easy to go to shopping center, you look at a microwave oven, or you look at a food processor, or Noxa pressure cooker, whatever. You just put a credit card and buy it, right? That's fine. But you need to pay for your card. If you don't pay and you buy too many things to have material comfort, but if you don't pay for your card, then what happens? You get the banks calling you. So can you imagine you got all your electrical products you bought from a pressure cooker, sorry, from pressure cooker to fridge to everywhere, you use a credit card, you bought it ready, then you need pay. And then pay, the banks, I keep calling, and every time you look at the phone, the bank is calling and say, oh my God, why are they calling me? Oh my God, they're calling me. I don't want to pick up. Now, what is the use of having all these material things with you if you're not happy that, in life, because the people are calling you and you can't answer them because you can't pay for it. So very, very important. Now, in fact, there is this quote, I'm sure many times you've heard that says, many people buy the things they don't need with the money that they don't have to please the people they don't like. And I think it's a very apt quote. Many people buy the things that they don't really need it. They don't really need it, but they'll buy. Why? Or my neighbors are buying it, my brother-in-law had bought it, my sister-in-law bought it, so I should buy it. That's number one. They buy with money they don't have. Well, how do they buy? They use credit card to buy, or personal loan to buy, or something to buy, or borrow money to buy, and that is not good. And they buy to impress people they don't even like. They don't like the neighbor, but they have to buy certain things to impress them. They don't like the neighbor, but they must renovate the house to impress them. And that's where the disaster comes, because material comfort is the reason why many people have financial problems. So if you talk about buying things, I think, my personal, I'm an accountant, so an accountant, I'll tell you this today. The most important thing is when you buy things, I think the car and the house is the only one that comes with a loan. That means you buy a car with loan, obviously, because you need to pay a loan, and the interest rate is lower, and you can pay over a period of 8, until 9 years. So it's okay, not so bad. People will pay. In fact, most people, car loan, housing loan is not an issue. If they stop paying, it's more because of they've got other income problem. But otherwise, everybody will pay for the car and housing loan. That's not an issue because the interest is much lower, and it's easy, affordable, can pay. Okay, but that's okay. But I think car and house you pay by a loan, car loan, housing. That's fine with me. Yeah. Again, we are not talking about multiple cars or multiple houses. I'm talking about a basic car, basic house. Yeah. I think everything else you must pay by cash. So if you have extra bonuses, money coming in, you buy something else. If you got extra cash after paying, you go buy. But or even if you say no, I'm not a cash person, Mr. Karthi, I want to use a credit card, I'm fine. Pay your credit card, but settle it at the end of the month. They will pay off the bill. Because we have been for my financial talk I did last month, I'll tell you that most important thing is credit card is good to keep for emergency, but if you use it, settle the bill. If you don't settle, you're in trouble. I mean, I was working in Banagara, and I had, at that time, I had about 6 credit cards, and 4 of them were legal notices. Because I'm an accountant, I studied accounting, but I didn't know how to manage it because of searching for material things, material comfort. So you need a bit of intelligence to do that. It's very, very important for you to understand that. My suggestion is that. But anyway, before even thinking about my suggestion, I think you need to understand, when you purchase material comfort, I think you need to follow this Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I think that's the key. I think that will make you more aware of what you need to do. I'm sure many have heard of Maslow's. For those of you who have actually studied about physiological needs, or talk about needs of human beings, I'm sure you've heard of Maslow. Okay, Abraham Maslow. I'm mistaken, his name is, but they call it Maslow hierarchy of needs. You can Google Maslow, Maslow. If you Google him, you will get all those things he said about needs. Then he says the number one need is always physiological need. Physiological need means, as a human being, you need a place to stay. Okay, you need a place to stay, you need food, you need comfort. So if you're buying a rice cooker, it's physiological need, because you want a rice cooker to make sure you can cook food properly, or you've got a stove, you've got things you buy. So that is material comfort itself. So physiological need is the first need. I mean, before you even look for a car or anything else, of course, you need a roof over your head. That's definitely, you want to stay at home. You are looking at be able to have a proper place to sleep and stay. So physiological need is always number one. Car, yeah, if you have to take 2 buses to go for work, and you want to get a small car, I didn't say a big car, small car, then of course you are covering your physiological needs. Basic car, a basic house, and you take care of make sure you got a place to sleep, and make sure you've got comfort in the house, and it's too hot, you have an air condition, that's fine. But you start with a fan, then that's fine. That's physiological needs, where you make yourself comfortable with basic needs. The second hierarchy, it's called the hierarchy of needs, is safety. That means you fix an alarm system for your house, or you speak grills for your house, or you buy a different car, buy a Volvo because you're worried about accident, and that's where you go to the second level of comfort, which is based on safety needs. So you do safety. The third one is for you to have a lot of love in your life, a lot of status in your life, not even status, more of you creating a comfortable life. Yeah, then. So when you look at these 3 things, physiological needs, safety needs, as well as love and belonging, core belonging or love, those kind of, yeah, that's where the car, the house, the basics, everything comes in and you buy whatever you need to buy. Okay. The fourth need is esteem and status. Esteem is status, and Mr. The guy alas kid, Mr. Must have that status la. I'm a manager, I must drive this car, I cannot drive a Conchilla, that's where if you reach that level, I mean you've done your physiological needs are covered, your safety needs are covered, your belongings and your other belongings and love has been covered, all their belongings, love and all have been covered, yeah. Then yeah, you can now say, I think I want to upgrade my car, upgrade, and that is because you feel I want to I know for my level I want a different car, not because I want to compete. Remember, people buy things they don't need to impress people they don't like with the money they don't have. So you buy it because you feel that I have the money, I'm a manager now, so instead of having a Conchel, I want to drive another car. That's fine, okay. And that's why you change car, better house, more luxury items, iPhone rather than other phones, and iPad, sorry, AirPods rather than a earpiece like this and all, yeah. So you can move to that. That's your one. But the last one is called self-actualization. Self-actualization is where your dream come true. You always wanted to drive a Ferrari. You always want to live in country. You always, and that's where your self-actualization comes in, whereby you go to a level where you feel that I have everything done. I have enough money. I want to now do this. I want to buy this. I want to, get a car which is gold plated, or that kind of thing comes in. When everything is taken care of, you have the money. So material comfort differs from different people. And a lot of times people don't realize it, that just because others have a car doesn't mean you have to have a car. You need to look at, of course, your salary, your comfort and all that before you move on to the others. And this will help you a lot. I want to finish off today's talk with regards to material comfort, with regards to why do people go for material comfort? Why is considered as a prosperity? Why is it in the 16 prosperities? 500 years ago when they started to teach this, as the Padanaru Selvangal, why was it a prosperity? Because material comfort brings happiness and joy. It gives a lot of happiness and joy to have a car or live comfortably, yeah. Comfort, convenience, and well-being. Okay, because they want to have a comfortable life. Like for example, living in a house with aircon, or having a car with with stereos and everything. That comfort, that convenience, that well-being. If you have a house with a lift, that's convenient. Yeah, you can have that because people do that. Because you shouldn't have it because you want to show everybody your house is 3 floors and you got a lift. You do it because you got an elderly mother who has to go to the 3rd floor, use a lift. It's convenience. So it's how you look at it, and the soul will always know it, and God will always know about it. That's why I always tell, when you do things as an egoistical thing, EGO, that means you are edging God out. EGO stands for edging God out, right? Of course, a lot of people buy material comfort to safety, for themselves and the family, like changing your car, even living in a housing area which is safer for you. So all that is, by all means, please do it. No problem with that. There's also another reason, because of life experiences. People change car because now I've been driving this car, I want to drive a 4-wheel drive, I want to change my car. I've been living in a house, in an apartment condo, now I want to move to a landed property because I want a better life experience. I want to have a land around me, I want to do gardening. So all that is fine. Nobody says no, as long as your money and you want to have this material comfort to be able to do that. I've got people who I know go to a bigger house because they want to have a garden, they want a flower pot, they want to do all that is fine. Nobody's going to stop you. I mean, it's your money, right? Material comfort means things that makes you happy, brings you joy. So that's why it's called a prosperity. That's why it's one of the 16 prosperity. And of course, people also buy material comfort to keep up with the world. I mean, why would you use a Motorola phone when you can buy a smartphone today? So obviously, if you have a Motorola phone or an old phone, you throw it away and you get a smartphone. So you change according to your needs. Why would you use old Morris Minor when you can buy a latest Beetle? Obviously, you change according to that. Yeah? All I want to finish off today by telling you is that whatever consumes you, your mind will control your life. Whatever consumes your mind will control your life. So if you want to have a life of happiness, you want to have a life of joy, you want to have a life of prosperity, what you need to understand is this: what you put inside your mind will be about comfort, happiness, safety, follow the physiological needs, rather than impressing people, being egoistical and all, then material comfort is a prosperity. Material comfort is only a prosperity when it makes you happy. But if your material comfort, you're worried because somebody is going to steal your car, a robber is going to enter your house, a burglar is going to enter your house, and you're unhappy because the bankers are calling you to make the payment, then it's not a prosperity. So with that, what consumes your mind, meaning to say what you put in your mind for a reason to buy something will control your life. So if you're buying something, do it because it is going to make you happy, bringing you a lot of peace, and it's going to create the kind of environment for your life to be more comfortable. That is a material comfort. That is a prosperity. Okay, so enough for today. Tomorrow, I believe my topic will be on Nilam. Nilam is property. Yeah, I'll talk about Nilam tomorrow. Let me just check. Oh no, tomorrow is actually fame. Sorry, tomorrow is fame. We talk about fame tomorrow. Pugal. Okay. All right. With that, thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Be safe. Take care of yourself.